Hello, I am Mary Koppel and you're watching the interview section of DW. Our guest today is Marius Oksanen, the leader of the Baltic community. Hello, Marius, thank you for joining us today. Our editorial board has three reasons why we invited you. The first one is that we like you. The second one is that you are a millionaire. And the third one is that we think you have a story that will influence people.
Hello, Mary. Thank you for invited us.
I suggest we start our interview with introductions. I am sure that you are known to tens of thousands of people in Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, but there are people who would be interested to hear about you. Is it okay with you?
Of course, Mary. I don't mind. Let's get started.
How long have you been involved in networking?
70 years.
70 years? Wow, that's a long way to go. Where did you start?
After graduation, I worked for a few years as an accountant in a local company in Tallinn. But after a year and a half, I realized that it wasn't interesting for me and I wasn't satisfied with the income. I have always been attracted by working with people, communicating with people. At that time, it was not a very popular business, especially in the Baltic countries. I first heard about it from my friend, who invited me to one very popular company that I still work for. This company did not pay you for advertising. After working there for 2 years, I learned the business very well and made a lot of useful contacts. But most importantly, I realized that I liked this business. I saw myself in it. I wanted to grow and wanted more profit.
I understand that you left that company.
Yes, that company helped me understand the business, but I didn't want to implement my goals in it. I had half a year off during which I went to the United States looking for new ideas, new people, new companies. It was 2007. At the time, I didn't even know how much of an impact going to the United States would have on me. In the States, I was living in Atlantic City at the Claridge Hotel. One evening, I went back to the hotel and there was a company conference. At the conference, I had a woman speak on stage. She was talking about the importance of thinking about the team, thinking about other people's income, and generally taking care of the partners, not yourself first. Her speech had a big impact on my vision for this business. As I left the conference room, I made my plans for the future clear and began to take action. 3 days later, I went back to Tallinn and started working again in the different company.
It's all sound very beautiful.
Yes, but there were a lot of problems along the way. Without problems, there would be no success. I was well aware of that, so nothing could stop me. Day after day, I was building my community, teaching everything I knew.
Speaking of community, how many people are in it?
I currently have 16,000 partners in my community.
16,000? How do you get that many partners?
I work for quality, not quantity. I do not have a goal of 100,000 partners. I have a goal that each person on my team knows his way, follows it, and makes good money. Now each of the 16,000 in my team is making great money, and the success will only grow. My community is growing organically, and I'm keeping an eye on it.
But the more partners you have in your team, the more your personal income.
Yes, there is that opinion, but it's not always true. I know a lot of leaders, very good people and professionals. The number of partners on their teams is much greater than mine. But this is not an indicator of their income or anything else.
How long did it take you to reach six-figure income per year?
5 years. In 2013, I didn't make much more than $100,000. In 2015, my income was over $500,000. Subsequent years brought in over a million each. So, always some time is a learning process. You have to stick with it and keep moving.
So you never know when you get your income from the work you've definitely done.
I never know. I'm doing a job which gives me a lot of pleasure. And of course, some money to live on. At first, it was not a lot of money, but it was enough to live comfortably. I am engaged in self development and training. I attend LS seminars, read a lot of books, listen to people who have already succeeded in this area, and after some time, I see that my partner's income is growing. And this is the most important thing. The income of my partners is the key to success. Sometimes you may not make a dollar for a long time going towards your goal, and that's okay.
But it's really hard. I mean, living with no income and still working every day.
I'll give you a simple example with students. They get an education for 4 to 6 years and only then get the right to work. In our business, the concept is the same.
What helped you not to give up and keep going?
I believe in the industry. I believe in the system. I believe in the process because I understand when there are so many successful people in the industry, they are not different than me. They probably do things differently. They probably work for a different company. But they must know something or do something that I don't know or don't do. So I had to find out what it was. And it took me 5 years to do that.
Do you have a family?
Yes, I'm married. I have a beautiful wife, an older daughter, and younger son. They've had to go through all the stage of life. I've fallen down many times, but I've gotten up again and moved on. My wife has always supported me and inspired me. When we met and we had serious plans for the future, I told her I had big goals, worked very hard, and traveled a lot. I told her right away that life wasn't going to be stable. She agreed, and we've been together since the day.
What is the leadership to you in business?
Actually, leadership is everything. You can have a great product, a good business model, but if you don't have leadership with ethics and principles and values and honesty, then at some point everything will collapse. So I believe in leadership. Leadership is everything. No, not just the Baltic countries. I have partners in my community from our countries in Europe and Asia.
Tell us more about how your system works. How do you build a team?
Basically, we do online meetings. We find it very effective because most of the people who come into the networking industry have their own schedule and they have free time only at the end of the day. We share the story of the company, the product. We have a system to help newcomers with webinars, conference calls, Skype, Zoom. We also have weekly group meeting. The essence of our business is to find one-on-one clients to develop relationships. We are always looking for clients who are the key foundation for residual passive income or in the long run, but we always try to build teams at home meetings.
Why are events so powerful?
When you look around and see hundreds of people or thousands of people, in addition to getting a lot of energy, you also get social proof. If there are so many people in that place, it means something is working. You get to meet people you would never have met by chance, and you all have one thing in common. It brings people together as a team and inspire each of them.
What do you do to attract people?
Getting people involved depends on several factors: their level of passion, their level of conviction, their level of understanding, their level of conviction. And also, every person that comes to us from day one, we know they're going to be trained and helped in their hour of need. People probably join my team because of the model and the concept of our community. It's something I've built from the beginning. I always know what every partner of my first line is dreaming about. And also, every partner on my first line knows what their first line partner is dreaming about. And that's how our whole structure works. I've never sold a person on my dream. I don't push big numbers. I start small. I help make the first money that will cover a person's important needs. Because not everyone will believe a big amount. I want to see what his budget is, what his debts are. I don't want to be a consultant or an accountant. I want to help make money.
What's your best year in terms of income?
Last year, but I think at the end of this year the most successful year will be this one.
Do you set income goals for yourself, like a goal for a next year to reach some amount of money?
No, I don't set any such goals. As I said earlier, my goals are the income of my community. I can share these numbers with you. Last year, my community made over $8 million. I'm really proud of that. I have a goal of passing the $10 million mark in 1 year.
What's make you happy?
First, being with my family. And second, seeing others succeed. Because I know how hard it is to succeed.
Is there a quote that immediately comes to your mind?
Yes, there is. It's a quote by John Rockefeller. I'd rather make 1% of the efforts of 100 people than 100% of my own efforts.
Please give some advice to those who are watching us now or who will watch us later. Just some professional networking advice.
Read Napoleon Hill's book, Think Rich. Decide for yourself what exactly makes you happy. Maybe it's not money. Maybe it's travel. Maybe it's helping people in need. Money is not everything, but it's very important. You have to figure out for yourself what makes you happy. Realize that wherever you are unique. There is no one person like you. I'm sure you have the power of change your life. You just have to decide if you really want to. Never listen to negative people. Never let anyone talk bad about you. It's just their opinion. It's not who you are. And the best advice is never give up no matter what. I know you have a dream. Maybe it's hidden deep down, but it's there and you have to discover it. Write it down and go for that dream. Come up with a plan for a better future. Will it be easy? No. You'll work hard. You'll put in a lot of effort. But in the end, the result will be worth it. Don't let today's circumstances stop you from becoming what you might become later. Keep moving forward. I believe in you and you believe in yourself.
Thank you, Marius. I'm sure that where you are now is just the beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have benefited from today's interview. We wish you to become a network marketing professional. Have a good day and have a good week.